Hey, thanks for coming back to the channel. On this one, we get to meet a couple of friends of mine, Melanie and Chris. This is like right before I went on the official ThrillMouse Nation tour. So I get to meet Melanie's Can-Am Ryker 900 for the first time, and Chris gets to show off his Harley. They both rode up from the Houston area out to my town, so hit me up and said, yo, let's meet up. So it was cool being able to hang out with them. We hung out a little bit before we did the walk around and talked and stuff. So if I forget the introduction right before I start showing you guys the footage, is because we've been talking for like an hour or so right before that. So I kind of just jumped in it. I got to get better with that stuff. And you can see I break out the Segway X160 without the Can-Am Ryker in this video. So I wanted to bring something to the game, right? ThrillMouseMoto. So I've been a filming fool lately, and this footage is right before I started all that. So you know that I went to Las Vegas, you know that I went up to the Dallas area and all this stuff. If you follow me on Instagram, which would be a good idea, it's the best way to catch up with everything, because it's definitely gonna take me a while to upload all this footage I've been getting of all these Ryker walkarounds. So this is right before that. I want to say like the day or so I took off before Las Vegas, and you can see I crammed my X160 into the Miata. I wanted to see if I could do it. Chris and Melanie said they were coming through, and it was like a bike type weekend to be in my area. So I was like, you know what, man, I got to bring something. So it was the first time I ever did it, but it fits. I was gonna ride out with the wheel on it, and then it just stuck out too much, so I said forget it, and I took it off. You know what, it wasn't so bad. I didn't get pulled over or anything, so it's all good. But I'm just gonna let the live dialogue take it away. But definitely stick around to the end, because I wanted to talk about a shirt that I came out with that I've been selling for the past few days. Wanted to let you guys know about that, and some other announcements. With the possum pusher.
That's right.
On the front of it, which is key. Oh, and you guys have these sweet LEDs.
Oh yeah, it's like that. Chris installed it like all underneath here, so, and it's underneath here too.
What?
Yeah, you can't really see during the day.
So it's not a specific kit for that? Or are you
Sling mods.
Oh.
Yeah, the sling mods,
when it's right there.
And then the LEDs are just an Amazon cheap kit. But you can control with your cell phone. And she wanted everything hidden, so I tried to hide it the best I could.
Hidden is what's up. They always give Kevin a hard time, because it's like, wait, aren't you supposed to not see the lights?
You wanna see the light, but not the light.
Yeah, because it just looks like Christmas lights when you don't do that.
I spent 3 hours hiding all the lights.
Yeah.
And then I took just as long doing her speakers and hiding all the wires all up underneath.
It's all clean as hell, dude.
That was the goal.
I didn't even know you were going to have speakers on here. So you hear those pretty good.
They're loud.
Yeah, if I'm going 80s, I can hear some songs, but not everything.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah,
And then
but
we
they're
just
pretty
did
loud.
the big brake pedal.
Oh, wow. That is big.
I'm actually shocked I dealt with that tiny brake pedal for as long as I did. But even that one, I was like, oh my god, why have I not had this the whole time?
So you've noticed a big improvement for that?
Oh my god, it's awesome.
So when you rest your foot, how do you do it? Can you show me on there?
So it will rest, honestly, it just rests kind of here. Like it doesn't really touch it. I kind of sit like this. But if I really want, because yeah, you're moving around and stuff, sometimes I'll move out to the side just to like flex my foot. Or
A lot of people ride with it like that. So they'll have theirs like real high, I know Kevin does, and he rests with his like that. But I do mine where like I'm actually comfortable with it sitting at an angle, and then I'm not even touching it.
Yeah.
You know, so you do it.
I tested it in the garage with him. I was like, if I'm riding and my foot is resting on it, like is it lighting up the brakes? Is it turning it on? And he said no.
Yeah, you'd know it though if it said it. Those shoes, I have those same ones.
Yeah.
Kevin gave them to me.
I really like it.
They made him wear them in his class or whatever, and he never wore them. He's like, you know, Kevin will wear shoes. He's got Barney Rubble feet, you know. So yeah, he's like, you can take them or whatever if you want. I'm like, okay, I'll give you like $20 or whatever. But you know what's crazy? They were cool and they fit my style, like if they're Vans or Chucks or something. That's why he was like, they'd be good for you. I love zip.
And they cover your ankle.
Yeah, and they cover your ankle. And I wore them on my electric skateboard. And then I didn't really crash hard, but I did crash, and I rolled around on the street. And I tore them up.
Oh, really?
So I'm like, if you're wondering how they held up on some real damage.
You didn't tear up your skin, though.
I did not. You're right. Because,
What would you in front of yourself?
yeah,
My daughter
so.
has a scar on her ankle from skateboarding now.
Oh, y'all family that thrashes the.
The two young ones.
Is this the Can-Am windshield?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it says it right there. Yeah. Can-Am windshield. You got the OEM Possum pusher on there, and you got the light kit. You installed it. That's from Sling Mod. And that brake pedal, was that from Sling Mod too?
Yeah. And then I did the rear light back underneath the max mount. Just because, you know, people riding with said that her lights weren't bright enough, so we did the flash module, and then it does the lights too. If you want to light it up.
Oh, under the max mount.
Yeah.
Okay, we haven't seen. Oh, nice. Oh yeah.
So it's a little bit better. I mean, it's not super bright.
They said it's pretty bright. I did 10 days with this, and a backpack.
Oh.
She had a laptop, so she didn't bring her backpack.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even still, if you had it, so like me, I wore it. I don't know if I think I kind of show it in the New Mexico videos. I ended up taking my dry bag and wearing it like a fanny pack around me. Yeah, because it got that bad. It was really like it was pulling on my shoulders in a way, and it was giving me like fatigue on my arms. Like I was doing work, you know, but I'm just riding.
Yeah.
So I put it on like a fanny pack and I rested it on this back fender here, like real loose.
That's what I do with my backpack. I put my backpack on this, and it looked weird. It probably sat up like this high, but it took that weight off my shoulder. You could still feel it after, you know, riding all day.
Yeah.
But if you're riding somewhere and you're only carrying it there, and then you ride after that and put it down, it's holding that.
Nice, and that's what I was thinking. I was like, even if you did wear a backpack, what? So it can sit right here
Yeah,
and
I did too.
take all that off of there. So how do you get on this thing? You have to really like kick your leg all the way around. Oh, and then on the top part of it too. I remember when you told me about these. Is it just like this front part where it makes it look angry like that?
Yeah.
It looks like, it reminds me of Bender from Futurama, like his eyes
That's
on
what it
there.
looks like, Mean Bender.
But that looks sweet, dude. So, I know Harleys, they come with a lot of stuff. So it actually came with this fairing and everything?
Came with the bearing. I switched out the windshield for something a little bit darker. And then the seat, of course, I had to upgrade because the Harley seat's terrible.
Why terrible? They're just like real stiff.
They're stiff. Yeah, and you sit too close to the tank, so this one moves me back a couple inches. And then my big floorboards. And then I did intake and a header and exhaust.
But it had a lot of chrome before you even did that, didn't it?
Yeah, I liked the black and the chrome, and I really liked the plate and the paint. That's
Oh,
what
yeah.
sold me.
Yeah, that's the first thing I looked at.
Yeah.
Does it come with these passenger pegs already?
It comes with them, but they're black, so I just added, this is like a little chrome trim that goes on
gotcha.
top. Yeah.
But all of this is Harley, or it's like third-party
It's
stuff?
all Harley. This one's third party, this one's third party.
Oh, I mean, it all goes with it.
Yeah.
Oh, because this is the same as the windshield? What is
Yes,
that?
that's correct. It's
Yeah.
the same Harlan nest.
Nice. But you had this fairing with the speakers and everything on it.
Yeah, I upgraded the speakers to Rockford Fosgate. They're a little bit louder with
These,
the amp.
these handlebars have to be
They
different,
are
though.
Yeah,
Okay,
they're 14-inch
gotcha.
upgrade.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know if you do a seat like that on the Ryker, it's like a $500, something like that with the Harley too.
Everything's expensive.
Well, I'm trying to like figure out, like you're in the Ryker world too, so it's like, do you really notice the upcharge on it being a Ryker from a Harley, or you think they're both in the upcharge world?
Way cheaper on the Ryker.
What do y'all call
They
it?
say HD stands for $100. That's pretty accurate.
$100.
Yeah. Everything you're gonna get is gonna be at least $100.
Dang it.
So, no, I like the pricing on everything for the Ryker has been great. It's been fine.
Well, if you're coming from the Harley world, then yeah.
Yeah.
On that.
If I just bought a bike, I wouldn't have known.
Yeah. But it's just like some of the stuff, especially the third party stuff, I'm like, yo, does that really cost that? Like, would that cost that much on a bike? You know what I mean?
But I think it does, like when you had your Yamaha,
Yeah.
the stuff you added to it was about the same
About the same price.
Yeah.
That's
When I
good.
thought about the passenger seat, put my daughter on the back, I was like, hey, would you ever want to ride on the back? She's like, I don't know, maybe. And I was like, hey, we're not going to spend $600.
Yeah, not
maybe.
enough. I don't know, maybe,
And then
yeah.
the
No.
That's the only
backrest.
thing that I saw on the Can-Am that I thought was ridiculously expensive was the back seat.
Back seat on
And
it.
then you got to get the backrest. That's
Yeah,
$600-700.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, with me, it's like, I don't even have a max mount.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, so you got
whoa.
to-
Yeah, let me get that max mount first.
$1,000 for you to put another
Yeah.
person on the back.
But it's, what's crazy is, so it's like, I got the pedal commander, and the pedal commander is like a $300 deal. That's why it was so hard if I bought it new, but I bought it used or whatever from someone, but it's all like, I get a max mount, and that's actually useful. You know, it's all these things. I got those headers, the Silver Turbo headers for it,
Yeah.
and so that makes sense to me to spend $300 on or whatever, but it's like,
Big performance.
that's actually, I mean, they say, you know, 6 horsepower or whatever. It's like, that's probably legit. I mean, that's the way just technology works, you know, but it's all like, and then you're going to charge that much for just me to turn my throttle back a little bit harder. So it's kind of weird, but, and I also heard that throttle responders on other vehicles are like $150.
That's right.
So it's like, so how much more are they trying to get me for being a Ryker owner? But if you're coming from the Harley world, then you already know what it's like.
Yeah, you get got.
Nice. And then you have that, the original third-party cup holder that came out for the Ryker, the Providence one.
We had to do that at the Providence.
Yeah. Have you checked out that Sling Mods one that kind of sets it at an angle, or does it even bother you?
No, I like it just how it is. I'm only going to drink, so I wear my full face helmet. So I'm only going to drink water when we pull to a stoplight.
Yeah.
So if we're at a stoplight, I can reach it really comfortably. It's totally fine. And actually, I was telling him, I was like, this water is still cold. Like,
Yeah.
it's, even though it's next to the engine, it's great.
We did the Baja Ron sway bar and end links.
I saw that.
She liked that. She said she actually felt the difference.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
worth the money.
Actually, the biggest difference is when you change the back.
The back shock from whatever 1 to 3. When I cranked it up,
Uh-huh.
she said it was completely different
It
bike.
was a totally different.
So you change, oh yeah, from 1 to 3, yeah, dude.
Yeah,
So
it's so much more fun to ride.
they give it to you on 1,
Yeah.
is what we learned.
Well, and then when I read it, you know, I should be a 1. Like, you know, weight, this much, it should be at a 1. And I felt like I was always pulling the back wheel behind me. And he changed it to 3, and I was like, woo!
Yeah. Well,
So much more fun.
they give you those like suggestions or whatever, recommendations based off that this is like some high-end like suspension or whatever, but it is not. So it's like, if it's not that way, then wouldn't I just turn it as firm as it is and it would still be loose
Right.
enough? And so we went from 1 just straight to 5
Yeah.
or whatever now. So yeah, but you're cool where you're at. I would stick with that.
I like it at 3.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, well, you were talking about the Baja Ron sway bar. So how long did you have it before you made the switch? Like, so you rode with it long enough,
Probably 6 months. I think we rode the sisters with the original one.
Yeah.
With it.
so you really put it to the test of stock bar to really know the difference when you got the Baja Ron to be all like, yo, this is a huge difference for me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I haven't done that yet, but I did do the in-links on mine, and that was because people say, oh, you don't do the whole thing. It's like, I just bought it, and I was like, what, like $80 cheap thing can I do without jacking it up and being too scared to do it?
Yeah.
And the in-links was mine.
And he was scared to, he was like, I have to cut
cut
metal
it.
off your bike.
Yeah, you have to cut the old bar off. I heard
Yeah.
that
I
too.
was scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, what if you
Yeah.
can't
I
put it
don't
back?
work with a lot of rotating tools. I
Uh-huh.
was like, this could take off any of my fingers, and it was like,
I was just saying, we've got the tool to do it now, so if you choose to do it, just
Oh, already, dude.
yeah, I'm gonna let you do it, Dad.
Yeah.
I still don't like it.
That cutting stuff seemed weird. When people told me you had to cut it to do it, I was all like, are you sure, or did you just cut it to do it? But everyone's like, nah, you cut the old one. This case is, that's a Lynx one? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And it's waterproof.
Waterproof.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're able to put a little bit more if you have to
Mm-hmm.
by putting in there. And it's kind of like a dry bag itself. That's too nice.
Mm-hmm.
And you do the ram mount, but you do a different, that's not the X ram mount holder. What is that?
No, it's a newer one that we found, and we found it through a friend who's got a Ryker, and just to hold the bigger phones,
Mhm.
which I know is always an issue with you because your phones are so big.
Dude, there's so many, I know. And even this one, this is like a new one.
It's totally adjustable because you can unscrew these and bring them as wide as you need, and then this is the only thing that's spring mounted.
Oh, so you basically customize it to the side of your phone,
That's right.
but getting it in, this has enough give for you to
Yeah.
pop it in and out. Oh, nice.
Quick grip, I guess is what it's called.
Way cool being able to catch up with Melanie and Chris like that, and checking out her Ryker, and then being able to share the dirt e-bike with them. So I was glad I was able to cram it in and fit it just right. And looks like Melanie enjoyed it and even skips Chris' turn on this next one. So and also I forget to tell her about, well, I tell her about the sport mode and I tell her to hit it when she feels comfortable, but I guess I didn't say that it could probably jerk you back a little bit if you're not expecting it, because basically it goes from 19 miles an hour to 31 miles an hour by flicking that switch. Not all at one time, but it sets it to where you can get to that speed. And that was Melanie making a big guy on little bike joke for Chris there. But hey man, they are a bike riding, moto riding family. They all have motorcycles or dirt bikes, and then like we were talking about earlier, they thrash. So been trying to come out to their area because they're actually not that far. It's only like 3 hours maybe, and bring some stuff. Maybe bring the newly acquired one wheel electric skateboard and maybe the e-bike, but depending on if I take the Ryker, which would be the goal, to take the Ryker down there. But want to talk about the shirt. So I've had this design up on the Etsy store. The link is in the video description. Will probably be on a pinned comment also. I just barely started selling, and I've been selling them. I'll probably have to make a new batch soon, but we'll see if it's gonna be the same color scheme or what sizes I'm gonna have. But the Ryker Ghost Tour design is just something I came up with because I wanted, just a Ryker shirt to get out to you guys, because not a whole lot of stuff for us. Kind of like how you're forced to watch this channel, because there's not a whole lot out there, but I do appreciate it, and I appreciate everyone who's subscribed, because as of yesterday, it was the mouse's first birthday and we hit 2,000 subscribers. So I really appreciate all the support, and I got more Ryker content dropping soon. Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to ThrillMouseMoto. I was paid to say this since Barry said he felt kind of weird asking. He also wanted me to say Baja Blast slams and yeah dog, ThrillMouseMoto.